over to our next guest, and you have bare shoulders, so this guy
No, she can
is.
keep him, because...
No, you hold it.
No, it's for you. No, genuinely, it's okay.
No,
like, I'm
hold
here
it for,
watching
like,
You
you.
both get a turn.
I'm here watching you. It's okay.
It's all good.
He's so sweet. Please hold him. He's such a baby. It might hurt you a little bit, but it's fine. Shouldn't be too bad.
If he's too sharp on you, we'll hand him back across.
I think if she's alright with her broken hand, she's probably pretty tough.
Probably so.
So sweet. Oh, your necklace.
It's okay.
My little girl had a pink cast, so when you see her running around, she probably will be like, "Can I borrow your cast?" Because she thought it was the coolest thing
I just
ever.
have a blue one. I've broken this arm twice.
Yeah, she's like, "I want to break my arm again." I thought the cast was cool. That's literally what she said.
You know you can make her a cast.
I know, but I'm like, no, what's wrong with you?
And then when you take it off, you just saw it down both sides, and then you can put it on and put a strap around it. They can run around and play like they have a cast.
Yeah,
I went to school with a cast on my leg more than once.
I can imagine.
I've
Yeah.
had a lot. I've had braces, casts, like, a lot of stuff.
No, I mean fake casts, just because.
Oh.
Because
we
Just because.
we
Back
wa-
then we had to make them out of plaster.
So-
I can just wrap it up in a quick minute.
we didn't want to wait on the line at Six Flags, and someone had just gotten like their boot and stuff off, and I was like, "Dude, go put your boot on. We'll get a wheelchair, and we'll always go to the front."
Yeah, that's
that's
okay.
so smart.
Yeah.
So anyway, they don't need the probiotics because we never ever let them get cold. What kills our gut bacteria is antibiotics. What kills their gut bacteria is cold temperature.
Dad. The boys need some help with all of the guys. They want, so you switched it up on them digging, and they need to move that big black cage, but I said they both tried, and I said you'd have to have like you, me, Sam, and them to move that cage.
Oh, what we need is straps to go underneath it because
Then
you
pull it with the
can't
tractor?
grease the.
Or can we have a ratchet strap around it and pull it a little bit with a tractor?
You just gotta tip it one way and get a strap under, and then tip it the other way. So you pick it up by the straps because it's sharp on your fingers,
Yeah.
the expanded metal.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll get Kevin to do this for a minute, and I'll go help you move the cages. Hey, Kevin.
What are you doing?
Can you do that for a minute while I go move the cage?
You have
Oh, right, not the rainforest.
We'll say sloth now.
The lamp.
So y'all do anything else fun while you're down here?
We're in Nashville after this.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, we were just in Knoxville.
Yeah.
Went up there and we watched Tyler Childers.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I love.
My girlfriend's like obsessed with him, and I was like, okay, I'll go.
Understandable.
Yeah. But some of the stuff, because I don't listen to it that much, I'm like, I don't really know what he's saying.
Yeah. Really.
You know, like some of the songs he's like, oh, where,
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
what did he
Uh-huh.
say? I was like, I know I have an accent, but I was like, I don't know what he's
That's
saying
so
sometimes.
funny. Yeah.
But there was another band that like either opened from him there or somewhere else, like 36 Winchester or something, and it was really cool too. It was a little bit more upbeat.
Is he the baby of the bigger sloth?
No, so Flash came to us from another facility in Ohio, and he was always behind a window, so he didn't even get fed or anything. No, Flash, the adult.
Oh, the adult one? Okay.
So it took like a year, almost 2 years, just feeding him every day to get him used to that. So Dash and Zoe both came to us from a veterinarian and a guy who's been working with sloths for 30 years.
Wow.
So he got his start with a sloth that had to be rescued, and basically it couldn't go back to the jungle, right? And so he's been breeding them and making sure that if sloths somehow go extinct, that people still have them, right?
Yeah.
Because it's the same idea of like the white rhino, you know, it got hunted or poached into extinction. Just because like sometimes, I'm sure John said this, that you know sometimes locals where these sloths live will just go take them out of the woods
I would.
and bleach them and then like
Oh.
be like, tourists, here you go, and it's like, no.
So
that's
sad.
Yeah, because it kills the sloths after a couple months. Because they don't know how to feed them, and then they lose their whole biome, and they're just like, they don't know what to do.
Would you say that they're hard to take care of?
Yeah.
Very hard.
Yeah.
Because I want one so bad. Like in the future, like
I want like a
in the
monkey,
future.
like a baby monkey.
Yeah, it's, so the environment for the sloths has to be 75 to 80 degrees.
Mhm.
She loves that.
I'll be okay.
Yeah, I was like, you do have a hoodie, and you're not like, I'm burning up. That's
My
right.
house is like 73. So
Yeah.
I'm good.
But a lot of times, any place that would, sell a sloth, sometimes they're basically stolen.
Wow.
So like this guy wouldn't sell a sloth to anybody unless they had a USDA, like a zoo license, which is what we have.
Wow.
And if you were to ever put the sloth on any kind of social media or ever charge anybody even 1 penny, you would have to have a license anyway.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Such a baby.
I don't like those like baby monkeys. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like, where they're small and they like stay small.
Yeah. I can't say it like verbatim, but we do have one of those, and pretty soon it'll be open to the public.
I want like baby monkeys.
Yes.
I'll bring it back.
And then for the sloths, what we're gonna do is like have a huge greenhouse.
Oh.
And then on each side, it'll have lodging, so you can go inside and you can look up and see the sloths.
That's so cool.
And so we're trying to figure out what else we can put in there, because I was like, butterflies would be amazing. Like if it was covered with butterflies, you get sloths like chilling out.
That'd be really
Kind of just
cool.
like a rainforest
Yeah.
vibe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I was like, it'd be really cool, like if we can get the really high ones and get some trees that top out like 20, 30 feet.
Yeah.
That way they can climb
Wow.
real trees.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
So
He's
cute.
just such a little sweetheart. He just like stays.
I know he's so sweet.
And he's lightened up a lot. Like when he first got here, he was jet black. So people would
Really?
come and hold
Really?
him with like a dark hoodie, and they're like, take my picture. And I'm like, you can't
see
tell
him.
what you're holding.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now he's starting to lighten up. And it's summer and people are in brighter colors, so.
He's
Yeah.
very sweet though.
And I was gonna say, if you guys have anybody that wants to watch on TikTok, the name of the account that it's on right now is Sloths and Kangaroos, so if you want to text anybody. Sometimes we get really funny people that watch. There was this one guy who goes, I'm in North Pole, Alaska, and I was like, well, tell Santa I've been good. You know, like, we get like some pretty funny people on there.
That's so funny.
Yeah, they found it.
They found it, I think. Are they still watching?
Probably.
I can't see them.
They definitely might have it brought up.
So
It's just such a
like I want to take you home.
Yeah, he just like would like
You're going-
lay.
Like you can just hang from my room.
Literally.
I think it's okay.
Are you guys doing any other encounters right here?
No, I don't think so.
What?
Yeah, we're doing the bigger sloth.
Okay, cool.
So
She
at
is,
2,
yeah.
I'm doing
Okay.
the big one.
Yeah, Zoe.
Mm-hmm.
And she is like active a lot. Maybe today she might be like in kind of sleep mode, but she is all about the snacks. So she'll start wiggling, and you have to feed her like spinach leaves or something
Aw.
else. It's really cute.
Oh.
Yeah, it's my favorite animal in the whole world.
Yeah.
So I've
We
always
surprised
wanted
her
to
with
do
that.
this.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so she just found out about it like
Yeah.
today.
Oh, that's
I've
cool.
always
Is your
wanted
birthday or
this.
something?
No.
No? Okay.
Just
Just because.
Yeah.
yeah, we don't have this around us. Like they're
No.
nowhere.
Yeah.
No one does sloths encounters or anything.
Yeah. It's pretty rare to like be able to hold. You know, a lot of people you can kind of pet,
Yeah.
but I think also the reason some people don't do the holding is they can't just have a bunch of people run through and make that. And that's not the goal here, or else we would have like 30 people. You know, you see them and they're like, hey,
Yeah.
pass around touch sloth once. That's not what we do.
Yeah. Plus, it's so many different terms.
Yeah.
It's just like a
and I'm
whole
like-
petting zoo. It's like.
I was like, is this okay for the sale?
I don't know. I bet that they would probably like whip them or something.
That too.
It's like they're just like chilling.
Yeah, he's so chill.
Yeah.
He's just like.
Yeah.
Really
They're
just.
exactly like the standard. Like
Yeah.
they're just.
Now Zoe doesn't sit like that. Like, and if she's just relaxing and trying to take a nap or chill out, she will. But a lot of times she'll be like, "Where's my food?" Like,
Aw.
and then she'll even like look at the camera. It's hilarious. She'll say like Zoe, and she'll go, and like it's hilarious. Yeah.
So
Someone's not happy.
while we're waiting for the next encounter, are we allowed to like walk around and like
What time is your next one?
2? It's at 2.
Oh, okay. So you only have like an hour. or
Yeah, we
something.
would have like an hour.
Yeah, so for an hour, like, you could kind of mill around in the barn for a little bit. Just want to put your hands in the area, and then you can hang out in the pavilion, and then, like, be on this side of the pasture. Like, obviously don't go into the pasture.
Yeah.
Hopefully soon we'll have, like, a little farm shop where there'll be snacks and stuff, but we don't have it yet.
Good Lord, we just went to move that cage.
Yeah?
Let me tell you who the weak leak is. Whew, me. I'm like, once upon a time I was strong to move this thing. My goodness, those things are heavy. All right. So other things about a sloth that we haven't talked about. Sloths are crazy strong. Pound for pound, they're stronger than a person by about 3 times. Overall, they are obviously not because they're much, much smaller than people. Max weight on a sloth is around 15 pounds. But they are about, pound for pound, they're about 3 times as strong as a person. They can do a one-arm pull-up by any of their 4 arms and then hang there for a good while. And they can hang from the tree essentially forever. And the reason for that is for us, this is our stress or exertion state. If we were trying to hang on that bar, a minute would be a long time to do a 2-arm hang. The sloth can hang for days. Is he getting your bear skin?
No, I just moved him. He's good
Okay.
now.
The sloth can hang there for days and days. And the reason that the sloth can hang there for days and days is because his relaxed state is clamped down. So while he's like clinging onto you, that is his relaxed state. He's not panicky hanging on, he's relaxed hanging on.
Wow.
So it is so true that the sloth's relaxed state is this, that if the sloth is hanging in the tree at the end of his life, he won't necessarily fall. He could continue to hang there for days or weeks because he's exerting no energy to hang there. The
So you went up in your camera.
It was in 0.5 too.
Oh, really?
Oh, he's so
a good close-up of his eyeballs.
He is.
So he is just beginning to get some little silver hairs coming through. If you back up in my TikTok a month or so, you'll see that he was the same espresso brown he is on top of his head, all over his entire body. And by the time he is about 10 months old, he'll have the silvery hairs pretty much covering his body. But he won't have his full adult coat until he is nearly 3. The sloth with the 46 ribs, 23 sets of ribs that I showed you in the picture earlier. The sloth, for us, our guts are sitting in our pelvis and upper bounded by our diaphragm. So if we sit on an inversion table for like a couple of hours or something, we would obviously run short of breath because it would be putting back pressure on our diaphragm with all of our guts pushing up the wrong way. For the sloth, that's not an issue. He could be hanging vertically upside down. He could be hanging horizontally upside down. He could be hanging in a tree right side up. He could be laying on either side, stomach or back. So he can be in any different position at any time of the day for hours at a time. The reason that that's not a problem for him is that his organs are all connected to his entire rib cage, going every which way. So no matter what position the sloth is in, or how long he's there, his organs will all remain in the correct position and orientation. They don't just slosh around in there the way that ours do. The sloth, sorry, let me see what this is. Do you guys have any questions about a sloth I didn't talk about today?
No, if I give you more to eat,
So you guys actually live in Virginia, so you get the full humor of Zootopia. So I came from Chesapeake, Virginia. I'm retired from the Navy, so I was in, I was in Hampton Roads for more than 20 years. And in Hampton Roads, the DMV is an all-day or 2-day experience. Here, good old Tennessee, I ride up to the courthouse, I walk in, and a friendly smiling lady says, "How can I help you, darling?" And in 5 minutes, I'm out of there with exactly what I came for. Maybe I have the right papers, maybe I don't. Just, there you go, here's what you need. So I don't think people can fully appreciate the spending the entire day at the DMV
Oh, yeah.
unless you've lived in Virginia.
Yeah. Definitely.
You get the Declaration of Independence and you have to go back and get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? My wife once was on a plane that they had circled until they were low on fuel, and they had to land at the wrong airport, and then the one wheel of the plane went off the runway because the pilot didn't know driving around that airport. So then everybody had to get off the plane, and long story short, her driver's license got lost, or her whole purse got lost in that experience, because after they got them off of the plane, which they said you're just going to get off the plane and then get straight back on out here on the runway. Then they're like, no, passengers can't walk back onto the plane. So then they ran all of their junk in on the conveyor belt. So they ran her open purse in on the conveyor belt, and all of her stuff was gone. She just got an empty
Wow.
purse.
Wow.
And that was at the same time that Hurricane Katrina had happened, and so all her original documents were in the passport office in Louisiana that was closed for months. And it took her months to get an ID again from the state, the Commonwealth of Virginia, and it was just miserable. So yeah, the Zootopia hits a little different when you've been to the Virginia DMV.
Definitely, for sure.
Bubba, use that hand on your nose.
So you two play soccer together?
I play softball, she doesn't.
Softball, yeah, softball.
I don't play sport.
No?
No.
I never played a sport that involved the ball except for water polo. I
Really?
rode rodeo and I didn't have time.
Wow. Yeah, I played just kind of like softball. That was my whole life.
So outside of school, what's your thing? Not sports.
Well, I have like a heart condition, so I can't really do sports. It's kind of hard for me, but
Yeah.
I do surf and snowboard like in the summer and the winter. But,
Cool.
Yeah, I mean I read, pretty basic, but
I like, so I used to spend a lot of time in Hawaii,
really.
and Honolulu is like the ultimate place to learn to surf, because it's always 2 to 4 on both sides, and it's always 4 to 6 where it piles up
Mhm.
going in.
Mhm.
And if you paddle out from Honolulu, I think it's like 3/4 mile paddle out past the reef. There's a thing there that makes tunnels just all day, every day, tube after tube after tube after
need to
tube
go.
after tube.
I
Wow,
need to
I wanna
go.
go surf.
I need to go. It's amazing. It's the best experience ever. Surfing is like you can't even explain the feeling that you get when you're like in the middle of the water. Like it's beautiful.
Yeah, I've never surfed. I spent forever in Hawaii, but when I used to spend a lot of time in Hawaii, it was after I'd had chemotherapy, and peripheral neuropathy is something you can get after chemotherapy, and I couldn't feel my feet for 18 years after that.
Oh my god.
So standing on as a moving surfboard wasn't really a thing for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my kids all learned to surf in Hawaii.
Yeah, I've always wanted to go to Hawaii.
I wanna learn to surf.
Oh, that's awesome. So if you're trying to get to Hawaii, they subsidize the, everybody wants to go in the wintertime when you're escaping the cold,
Mm-hmm.
but the flights can be really cheap if you go in the summer. So I just looked one up for somebody recently on a website called Momondo.com. It's where you get like cheap airline tickets if you're crossing the pond. And it was like $500 round trip to go to Hawaii.
You're kidding.
Yeah, I looked it up for him. He was traveling May 7 to 21, I think.
Oh, I'll
And it
go.
was $524 round trip to
Wow.
Lihue, which is
Wow.
on the island of Kauai, which is where Honolulu is.
So would you say that's the best place to go if I were to go?
To me, Oahu is just Chicago with good weather.
Okay.
Big city, small
What I heard.
island, piles of people that don't like mainlanders.
Mm-hmm.
And Kauai, the highest speed limit on the entire island is 45, and nobody ever goes that fast. If you're doing
Wow.
45, everybody's like, mainlanders, what's the rush? And
wow.
yeah, cool. And if you're on Kauai and you're going to the beach, you just pick a spot and park, and you're on the sand at the beach. And I came from Virginia Beach, where you park and pay $25 to park half a mile away, and then schlep all your junk,
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
I
walk
was there with a
all
bunch
the
of
way.
kids. And,
All the way down, yeah.
yeah, and then you go. So after going to Hawaii a few times, I'm like, I'm never going to Virginia Beach again for as long as.
Oh well, yeah.
But yeah,
Have you ever been to Honolulu before?
I've been to all the islands a lot.
All of them. Okay.
Yeah.
So which one's your favorite?
Well, the Big Island of Hawaii, there are 13 microclimates on Earth, and 11 of them are on the Big Island of Hawaii. So you can throw snowballs and snorkel in the same day and see
Wow.
one from the other.
Wow.
Yeah, up on the top of Mauna Kea and Mauna Loa, there's snow probably 5 months out of the year, and and it still is 80 degrees down at the beach. And
Wow.
I have the most friends on Kauai, so Kauai is a really good spot for me, and Kauai is just chill and relaxed, and
Mhm.
it's just laid back. If you're really, really, really a surfer, take the H2 up north. If you're on Oahu, Honolulu is where Oahu is,
Mhm.
and go up, and that's where they have the eddy every year. Eddie would go, the Eddie. So, and I'm not a surfer, so I was sitting, on the beach next to Kelly Slater for half an hour and
Still
didn't
watch-
know
yeah.
who it was.
Wow.
Or,
Still
that he was
watching.
even famous.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and Matsumoto's is the best shaved ice on earth up there where they run the Eddie. But I think my next encounter is outside, right?
I'll go.
Should be Nicole times 2, I think. So what do you guys think of Dash?
So cute.
Yeah. So I'm always careful to do a disclaimer every time I'm on live to say, please don't look at what we're doing here and think it's a good idea to buy a sloth. It is absolutely not. This sloth is many generations captive bred. There is no reputable breeder of sloths who will sell a sloth to a private individual who isn't licensed as a zoo. So if you find a sloth for sale online, you are absolutely buying a wild animal. And similar to having a house cat that you bought from a breeder as a kitten that sits in your lap and purrs and snuggles while you pet it all day, every day, compare that to taking a feral cat out of the woods. It is not going to purr while you pet it. It will be a miserable experience for both of you. And wild caught sloths tend to only live for a couple of months. So please, please don't buy a sloth that you find on the internet. Also, I always say, please look before you book at your sloth encounters. Our sloths here do a total of 1 or 2 hours of encounters per day, max of 2 people at a time. So our sloths are not stressed and they enjoy what they do. And you see exactly how stressed this guy is sitting here. They like what they do. Our sloth encounter is very different than most. So please look before you book. Don't participate where they pull a sloth's teeth or where they book the same sloth for hours and hours a day. Please don't do that. Disclaimer done. Say what? Come back here in June. Maybe July.
Yeah, baby monkeys.
I like to like the little ones, you know, like
The one with the diapers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ask me when I'm not on live and I'll tell you.
Okay.
They're hands and disinfectant.
All right. Let me take him back from you. You can pull his hand off. I don't want to grab you inappropriately here, obviously.
It's like, no.
All right, what do you guys think of your sloth encounter?
So cute.
Worth the drive from Nova?
Yes.
Outstanding. You guys staying in town?
Yeah, we're going to Nashville for a couple days.
Oh, good, good. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
All right, well, have fun up there, catch some concerts.
Thank you.
You guys drive safe.
Thank you.
So,
Hey guys, we're going to be doing another encounter here in just a minute. I'm not sure if it's going to be with Zoe or Dash, but if you keep watching, you'll get to see another sloth encounter. Again, as a reminder, we're located in Benton, Tennessee. This is a Coe Riverside farm. You can book everything on our website at coeriversidefarm.com. We have over 150 animals. We have covered wagons right along the bank of the Coe River. We have cabins, the camel condo. You can do horse rides, you can do camel rides, you can bottle feed baby kangaroos, you can bottle feed Scottish Highland cows. There's a lot to do here, guys, and even if you somehow get bored here, we have the Coe River, we have hikes, rivers, waterfalls, paddleboarding, kayaking, rafting, mountain biking. There's a ton to do here. It's pretty awesome. But we're going to get started here in just a second.